Welcome back to Wall Again, where passion meets music, and we have special guest back again. Pat, how are you doing?
Not too bad at all, Rob. Thanks for having me on again, boy. It's great to be on your channel.
And great to have you on.
What are we doing today?
Has to be Machine Head, doesn't it? So you're a big fan of this album, so
Oh, absolutely. This is the original American copy.
unbelievable.
Yeah, and it has. We gotta just show the. It has the original lyric sheet on it. That's one thing about LPs.
That's brilliant, Pat.
Isn't that
Yeah,
fantastic?
I love that about LPs. You can get so much visual
Ah,
artwork.
it's absolutely fantastic. And then when you open it out the LP, like you don't get this with a CD.
Oh,
Like
sure, yeah,
like it's
brilliant. The
fantastic.
gatefold sleeve, isn't it?
K4 sleeve, yeah. And that, of course, when it was originally brought out, was brought out on Harvest in the UK.
Hmm,
But I'll show you there it is, Warner Brothers
brilliant.
from America. And it sounds fantastic. This is the original American pressing. Some people say the UK pressing is better, but to be honest, I've heard the UK. I used to have the UK pressing, and I wouldn't notice the difference, to be honest with
Yeah. And is there any difference in the track listing? Do you remember Fireball had a few differences?
you. No, this is the same as it was brought out in everywhere. Exactly the same.
Great stuff. So was it 1972 this one came out?
72 was recorded in December 71 in Montreux in Switzerland.
Okay. Very good.
And the story behind this is they went over to record it in the casino over there, Claude Knobs. But
Hmm.
they went to a show Frank Zappa was playing, and someone shot a flare gun because it was kind of like a tent, like a circus tent or whatever, into the ceiling, and the place went afire. There was no one injured, but they had nowhere to record then,
Mm.
and they went up to the Grand Hotel then, which was vacant during the winter, and that's where they recorded in the hallways. Put up cushions and that kind of stuff for sound, to keep the sound, and they had Rolling Stones truck mobile parked right out the front, and the wires going across, and they
Yeah,
had to climb out of windows and cross a roof and all that kind of stuff.
unbelievable.
It's amazing. It's
Yeah,
amazing, and amazing album.
yeah.
Absolutely amazing album.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's an absolute classic. So kicks off a Highway Star, and to me, this is one of the Deep Purple songs where every single one of the members shines brightly. Uh,
Yes.
I was actually listening to the album earlier today, and I was honing in on Roger Glover's bass lines. They're unbelievable.
Oh
In
yeah, yeah.
But they're buried underneath like Richie Blackmore's guitar, John Lord's Hammond organ, and of course Ian Pace, fantastic drums, and Ian Gillan again, fantastic vocals on this track.
Oh, absolutely. And Highway Star actually, it's different actually. When you listen to Highway Star on the studio
Yeah.
album, it's actually much better on Japan. It's kind of
Okay.
more ballsy, if you know what I mean. Really heavy.
Yeah.
But the studio version is nice. Like it's kind of the keyboards are nicer on it, if you know what I mean. It's just the Hammond organ.
It's a lot cleaner. Now with like I love Richie Blackmore, as you know, and
So
I
do
love
I.
guitar solos and all that. So for me, he has a fantastic guitar solo in this song, but he never played it the same again. So I've seen a couple of live videos of him doing it, and he always does his own thing, goes sing.
Changes it up. Yeah, yeah. I like that.
Now, some people would argue it was better on some nights. Some people would say it wasn't as good on other nights. But
That can happen with live shows, Rob. You play a live gig, sure, Rob. You'd know.
for sure, for sure.
Some nights you're at it, some nights you're not at it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think with Blackmore, he's so good. He's never not at it. Sometimes he'll intentionally, if he's pissed off, he'll just throw bum notes in there for the crack.
Oh, he will, of course, of
I
course.
honestly believe
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't think for a minute Richie Blackmore isn't in control of what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing all
Oh,
the
of course he knows what he's
time.
doing, but the whole rest of the band might not be. They might be
Hmm,
tired,
maybe.
touring all the time. All that kind of stuff has an awful lot to play in it.
Now I've seen many clips of bands playing this song live. So Joe Satriani, what was the band he was in? Was it Chicken Foot? They played a version of Highway Star live, and amazing. And Joe copies Richie Blackmore's solo from this album, and it's amazing.
He actually played it. He played it with Deep Purple,
He
Joe
was
Satriani.
for like 6 months or something, wasn't he?
That's right, because Blackmore left halfway through the Battle Rages On tour,
93.
93ish, yeah, yeah, around that time.
Yeah,
And they got in, they had to continue the rest of the tour, and they got Joe Satriani in.
brilliant.
I've heard on YouTube one of the concerts, and you hear him playing Highway Star. And yeah, he's an amazing guitarist, but he's not Richie Blackmore though. He doesn't play it with the
It's still
same feel. It just doesn't. Like you can hear, like I've heard Steve Morse playing Highway Star, and Steve Morse is an absolutely brilliant guitarist.
yeah.
Like he was brilliant in the Dixie Dregs,
Was he in
brilliant,
Kansas?
absolutely superb guitarist. But he still can't play it as the way Blackmore plays it.
Yeah. Was he in Kansas, Steve Morse?
He was for a short time, yeah,
Okay.
in the 80s, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He
And
was out
then
for a short time.
yeah, nobody beats Blackmore for
No,
Purple. There's definitely agree with that. But yeah, Highway Star, what a way to kick into an album, you know?
oh, absolutely superb, superb.
Yeah. And then we go into Maybe I'm a Leo, which is it's a good track.
I love this track actually. I think this is pure class.
Yeah, totally
You know,
different, isn't it?
it is different, and it's the drumming on this is absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the drumming on it, the beat, it's kind of out of sync with the rest of it. It's just
Definitely.
absolutely brilliant.
Definitely. And the fills from Ian Pace on the drums.
Oh, that is, I love that track.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a track they would have played the whole lot live back in the day. But I
Okay.
think they've played it more recently, if you know what I mean. They played it with Steve Morse live, and he does a brilliant job on that now, Morse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
It's a great track. And again, it's I don't know, there's definitely elements of blues, there are elements of R&B or soul in it. Like I don't know,
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, it's
funk.
absolutely, yeah.
It's got loads of different influences there, but just goes to show Deep Purple can, they can pull off anything they throw their hand to.
Oh,
Especially
they could pull off anything. They were that good at musicians, all of them. They were that good.
they weren't just rock or hard.
No, 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 they could do anything.
They could do anything they put their mind to. And then we've got the third song, "Pictures of Home," which is it's a nice song. Yeah, it's very much led by John Lord, isn't it?
Pictures of Home is absolutely, I think I love it again. This is just a crazy song. And it's very proggy. Like you have
Very.
that little that bass solo kind of thing in the
It's
middle. You know, the bass thing in the middle of it.
yeah,
And I love the way that track ends, the way it kind of fades out, but you can hear the drumming on pace, and he's absolutely ripping it up.
yeah. This must be his best album, Ian Pace. This must be where he comes of age and really lays it all down.
Like he was only 18 when he joined Purple in 68. So
Yeah,
he's only 22.
unbelievable.
Think about that. That's all he is.
Yeah,
The youngest member of the band, and absolutely the way it fades out with his drumming, brilliant.
yeah.
It's just I
It
love. But of course, me being a fanatic on Deep Purple anyway,
yeah,
will always love that. That I just love that track. I could play that over and over again.
for sure. Oh, it's great. I love Pictures of Home as well. It's a great song. Then we go on to Never Before, which again they're kind of dipping their toe in funk a little bit there, I feel.
A little bit, and this is the one track on the album that I actually have never liked. Really,
Really?
yeah. Would you believe that? Kevin was only saying it to me there. He said, "Pat, you've never liked that track."
Okay.
Even when I heard the album first, I didn't like it. I was thinking, I said, why did they put in that track?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit with the rest of the album.
It's a break, isn't it, in the middle?
Yeah, it's kind of off that
Yeah.
track. And now I think it's a great track, if you know, but I don't like it like I would the rest.
Yeah.
It
It
would be
actually
down.
sounds a lot like maybe some of the later stuff they did on Burn and Stormbringer and
Yeah, it's just and I think it was released as a single anyway, because I think the record company and I was watching Richie Blackmore interview on this,
yeah.
and the way Richie, he's very sarcastic. He
Oh, that always.
Yeah, he is. But he said the way he said it, he said the record company came to him and said, "You know what you need is a single and a hit." And Blackmore goes, "Yeah, wow, we didn't even know that." It's the way he said it. As if they were stupid.
I'd say he was gas.
Oh,
Hey,
and
yeah,
that's what they brought that out as a single.
yeah, yeah. I'd say he wound everybody up.
Oh, I'd say he did, very clever man. Very clever man.
Unbelievably intelligent. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievably intelligent. So then we go on to Smoke on the Water,
Side
which
two on the vinyl, yeah, the start.
yeah.
Oh, iconic,
So
isn't it?
what are we talking about here? We're talking about the most iconic riff of rock music.
I think it is the most iconic because any guitarist, and you're a guitarist yourself,
Yeah,
everyone wants to, even when they go in, say, trying a new guitar, that's the one they'll try because it's a simple riff.
the very simple riff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can play it on the keyboards.
wow, right. Brilliant.
Yeah, I can play it on keyboards.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
very simple on keyboards, but
first riff I ever learned. That was I aware it was Deep Purple? I might not have even have been aware it was a Deep Purple riff when I was like 15 and I got my first acoustic guitar.
yeah.
But that was just the first thing that came to mind. It was simple and it had an impact. And yeah, absolutely brilliant.
But the thing about that song, that was the last song for the album, right? They needed another track for the album. And Roger Glover, when he awoke one morning, saw the smoke across the lake. You see the lake by Montreux, right?
So this is the story you were
The
telling us.
story of what happened. And he said he saw the smoke on the water. And that's what he said. That'd be a great smoke on the water. And he said it to the rest of them. And Gillan wrote the lyrics and they wanted to tell the story of what happened.
Yeah.
That's how it came up. And of course, Blackmore came up with the riff.
Essentially, instead of it being a big chunky metal sound, it's more of a tasty, jazzy kind of
Yeah,
sound.
he kind of clucks it, don't he?
Yeah, he's using two strings instead of three, and he's using them on the smaller, the lighter gauge strings, so it's not as heavy. But then to make up for that, and I think we discussed this before about Deep Purple, John Lord is copying what he's doing on the organ, of course, and it's run through a guitar amp. The organ is.
That's right. And it makes it heavier.
Makes it heavier. And one is panned hard right, one is panned hard left. So it's absolutely huge. And that's what makes it huge. Guitarists think I have to get my amp louder, I have to put more gain and distortion on it. It's actually not the case. You need a Hammond organ to do it
Yeah,
right.
you do, Rob. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So look, that's just an interesting thing I thought on the on that particular song. But yeah, the guitar solo on that song as well is phenomenal. Again, seen many people play it wrong, but it takes a certain finesse to pull that one off.
Absolutely. What a track. Oh,
Yeah. And then we go into Lazy,
lazy,
which
lazy.
essentially it's a keyboard led track for 4 minutes.
It is a keyboard and very bluesy, isn't it? Very
Very
bluesy.
good. Yes, yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, brilliant track. Brilliant.
Beautiful.
And brilliant live again on Made in Japan. Like most of these tracks were on, well, this side especially, side two was all on Made in Japan.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, they played four tracks and the other one would have been Highway Star.
yeah,
And obviously promoting the album at the time in Japan.
absolutely.
And it's just, I love Lazy and I love, and Gillan plays the harmonica on it.
He does a great job of playing
Great
harmonica.
job on the harmonica. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Oh,
Very,
I love it. I love this
very
track.
blues. And Gillen's very bluesy on this one as well.
Very bluesy, very kind of, it's kind of one of those songs where you tap your feet to,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And
get you
again,
going.
a different sound to, Smoke in the Water and the closing track, Space Trucking, which
Oh, it's heavy rock, isn't it?
one of the greatest heavy rock
Down
songs.
now, down. Oh, it's
Yeah.
brilliant. And then of course, what is it? Well, how long is it on this? Is about 3 minutes odd, is it?
I'm not sure actually. I
Four
did,
minutes 31, right?
yeah.
And it's what, 19, 18, 19, 20 minutes long on Made in Japan.
Wow,
It's
right, yeah. So they
Yeah,
really,
they improvise on that. They stretch out,
yeah.
and it is, they have bits of stuff. I think even on that from Fireball on that,
Okay.
from the track Fools, that guitar. Remember that we were talking about Fools the last time, where
Yes.
I thought it sounded like a violin and the way he's playing it.
Yeah.
That's in the middle of the live track on Space Truck.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
That's a brilliant heavy rock. That's just a heavy rock track. And the lyrics, as Ian Gillan said, the lyrics make no sense, really,
Yeah,
basically.
the lyrics mightn't make any sense, but by God, his vocals on this are
Oh,
oh
he was at his peak here, I think.
yeah, like the last refrain of the song. Yeah, 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 space trucking. He goes to a level there, and you're thinking to yourself, this man has an unbelievable range, and he's still completely in tune, completely perfect. He's in
Perfect.
control of his voice, and then he takes it up another level again. And like I don't think Robert Plant can hit those notes, and I love Robert Plant as a vocalist, absolutely love him, but I don't
Different type of vocalist, though, I think,
different
Plant.
type. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
very, very different Plant. But a lot of the time, see, a lot of time with Gillan and maybe Plant, they push their vocals,
yeah,
they push their voice, and like they went more so Gillan, he went downhill as the years went by.
of course, yeah.
He
Look,
can't, and obviously now he's in his late 70s. He can't obviously hit those. I wouldn't expect him to,
no,
even if he looked after his voice. But he
100%.
would have stretched it and strained it, and so would Plant, you know.
Yeah, but they got these recordings in the 70s and they're there on record forever now.
There forever.
So that's the important thing, you know. Another singer as well is, of course, Roger Daltrey from The Who, who's a fantastic vocalist as well. In that kind of a mold, you know, that the high pitched singer,
Yeah,
but
very, very, very similar. Yeah.
a great soulful voice as well. But I think the difference between Plant and Gillan is maybe Plant's a bit more bluesy and soulful, and then Gillan is a little bit more of a metal, more aggressive singer.
Yeah, I think at the time now, where obviously, I think Gillan had more range
Yeah,
in
yeah,
his
agreed.
vocals.
Agreed.
Not
Yeah,
a whole lot more, but he had a little bit more range. Where I think Plant, people say who's the better vocalist, Plant or Gillan? It all depends what your taste is, like, you know.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I think they're better vocalists than both, actually.
yeah.
I
Who?
think Greg Lake is better than the two of them.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, Greg Lake had just a silky voice.
Yeah.
Oh, pure, oh, silky. He could sing. He could sing anything.
What
You
about
know, I know
David
the other two could
Coverdale?
sing anything as well, but he's my favorite vocalist. But that's not to say like just because he's your favorite,
Yeah.
you know. And then of course, really, if you wanted to say who's one of the best vocalists of all time in rock music, I mean best, not favorite, best. You probably have to say Freddie Mercury if Queen had the voice,
Yeah.
the ultimate voice.
The most versatile anyway. That's
Yes, yes. Not one of my favorites now. Uh, but a lot of people think he was the one. You get me?
David Coverdale as well deserves a mention. Like
Coverdale, yeah, David Coverdale. He's very similar though to Paul Rogers, I always found with
he
David
is
Coverdale.
actually, yeah. He got that
Has
rock
that
voice.
and
So
that kind of husky kind of voice.
yeah.
Brilliant though. Brilliant nonetheless.
I think after we get through these Deep Purple albums, we're gonna have to go through vocalists.
But anyway, that is, as you said, Rob,
Yeah.
that amazing.
10 out of
Top
10, Pat.
10 out of 10. Oh, sure.
10 out of 10 all day long.
All day long, 10 out of 10. Even though Never Before is not one, not just because I don't read, you have to see, is comparing it to the rest of the album. I think
Yeah.
it's an outlier on that album in comparison,
Yeah.
but still an excellent track.
Still brilliant. Still brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Well, look, we might go again next week. Pat, what was the final studio album of the Mark II lineup?
Who do we think we are?
Who do we think we are?
That's the
Great
next
name
one.
album.
That's the Mark Two. Yeah, it was kind of rushed, actually.
We might tackle that one next week if you're available.
Of course, yeah. Who do we think we are is the one, yeah.
Great stuff. Okay, guys, make sure you go on to Pat's channel, Close to the Edge Prog. Great stuff coming out there all the time. I think you're up to 2 videos a week, Pat. So
I always just do two, yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't want to go any more than that at the moment, you know.
great stuff. No, I love tuning in for your videos. They're brilliant.
And you
Brilliant.
wouldn't know what I have up next,
Yeah, well, I'll
you
stay
know.
tuned. That's for sure.
And do please, and yeah, please do.
So yeah, if you head over and like and subscribe on Pat's channel, do the same here if you haven't already,
Oh,
and leave a
absolutely,
comment
do it. Do
below.
it for Rob. Yeah, do it.
Let us know what you think of this album.
Okay, bye now.
See you now. Bye.